not every day, just a little bit yesterday.
We're getting pretty good soaking every day.
Man,
it's been like New Orleans here. It's been getting humid, and then it starts raining, and which is good.
Emily let you upstairs again, Tom?
She did.
She just on Tuesdays and Thursdays, huh?
Yeah, but that's about it. But no, she let me come up. It's fine.
You got a lot of windows there.
Yeah, it's nice, pretty.
It's
Very
nice.
Yeah, it's a good room. It's the kitchen's over there, and
so you got a dog bed too.
Oh yeah,
still watching the grandkids a lot, so one or two may come running in here at some point during the day, during the evening.
That's cool.
You know, Bonnie's trying to keep them at bay, but nobody remembers the Katzenjammer kids except us old timers. But that's what they are. You know, the two blonde haired, they just tear things up, man. It's like it's so hot. They're staying cooped up too. So we have a little inflatable pool in the backyard, but even that's getting too hot. You know, back there.
Yeah, it's been I think 4th of July was the hottest day in the world that they said they've ever had.
On the average, yeah.
Hi, Chris.
Hey,
Thanks for the pictures, Chris.
Hey, guys.
Oh, you got some new pics?
Well, they're from the 25th anniversary. Let me find. I found my favorite.
I know which one that's going to be too. It's Barry, right?
Well, it is Barry. It's
wow. Yeah.
It's Barry and Mike and Roger and everybody.
I'm not sure who the guy in the back is. Yeah.
All right, I can't make it any bigger. But yeah, everybody looks young.
If Barry was here, you know what he'd say about that, Tom?
What's that?
What was what did you think I was going to have as a favorite one, Chris?
Well, there's one with Barry making a face at the microphone.
Oh, okay. Let me try to find it.
Everybody just seemed to have such a good time that weekend.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like it was such a surprise too. From what I understand, the people had described being in the audience that night. You know.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, the whole weekend we played out at the beach. We jammed everywhere. We had fun, and this was the first time that a lot of us had seen each other for 20 years. So yeah. I think that was the novelty of it.
Yep, there's Barry.
Barry and Mike. Mike's always close if Barry's there, or vice versa.
And Joel, and who else was in there?
Pete.
I'll get it back.
That looks like Peter.
Joel, but I can't tell the guy in a white hat.
Yeah,
I think that's Peter.
Oh, Peter Babcock.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, he's got a washboard strapped to him. It's hard to see behind Barry, but yeah. And who's on the tuba there? Do you know?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that one. I was working.
Yeah, me too. Barry tracked me down and called me, but back then I was doing theater and had my video business, and I couldn't get away that weekend before it.
Yeah, I was shooting Don Imus at the whatever the congressional reporters thing is.
Mm-hmm.
He was a crazy man.
Oh yeah.
So that was quite the 60-minute shoot. But
Imus in the morning.
Oh God. Somebody described it as if you give an Uzi to a 3-year-old, that's what's going to happen. So, how's the weather in the mountains, Dave?
It's raining here too. But before it started raining, though, earlier today, it was right at about 80. And I said, well, it feels pretty nice. And I looked at the humidity and it was less than 5%. I think if it got any lower, we would
Wow.
self-combust or something.
Um, it hadn't rained. I mean, it's been raining this week, but it hasn't rained here for a long time. It was pretty dry.
Yeah.
It's
So
never,
Bill, you had been doing theater?
That was back in the 80s when that was going on.
Oh, 80s. Okay.
Yeah, the 25th reunion was in the 80s. I was
Yep.
doing lots of live theater, and I was doing some television and film work too.
he was doing
acting.
commercials for Bill Watson.
Yeah, and I
Those
started
were-
my own
those
video
were great.
business up, so I was like, I couldn't get away. Whatever weekend it was that Barry was, I couldn't tell you when it was, but I knew I wasn't able to go. So.
You don't have that picture, do you, from Bill Watson with you with the
Wild
mustache?
Bill.
Oh, Wild Bill, yeah.
You were great in that.
I've got the whole spot somewhere on the computer, but it's only 30 seconds. I'd have to find it.
Okay.
Hey, Rick,
It's-
I got your package. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Good. Anytime.
Hey, did you send me a package, Rick?
Huh?
Did you send me a
Oh.
package?
No, you didn't ask me politely.
I thought, Snake, I thought you were getting rid of all the collections instead of getting more stuff.
Not everyone.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Barry.
Hi,
Hey,
Barry.
Barry.
Howdy, Barry.
You guys,
So,
Yeah. Tom was saying on the video earlier, Barry, that he had a picture up and he said he couldn't get any bigger. And I said, I knew what Barry would say if he was here.
Oh, I get it. Now I get it. I just got it.
Oh, where? Let me find that one for Barry again.
See, David, that's what happens as you get older.
Yeah, really.
The funny thing is, does everybody remember a song from the 50s called 60-Minute Man? I'm your 60-minute man.
yeah,
Remember
Yeah.
that one?
Hey,
They were playing it on the radio. I was driving over to get the grandkids this morning. They had on the 50s thing on, and I guess they didn't play it down south here, but it must not have made it to our radio stations. But it's the whole gist of it is about this guy who can go 60 minutes and talk about what he does for the first 15 minutes, what he does for the second. I'm saying it wasn't even. It was heavy on the double entendre, but it was pretty transparent what he was talking about. And in the last
does
15
sound-
minutes, I blow my top, and it's going like this. And I had to text Bonnie. I said, "Did you ever hear this song? We're in the 50s." She said, "No." And I said, "I guess I'd throw myself in there a 60-second guy if I can get it at all."
My mother, when she was like 85, told my youngest son that men are only good for about 7 minutes. And sometimes not that long.
Yeah. And I know we never played that song at your father's mustache for sure.
We're good for
was,
7 minutes and flat out nasty for the rest of it.
Oh yeah, it was dirty. I mean, it was like I said, it was like. Let's see if there he is.
There you go, Barry.
Yeah.
From the reunion.
how about that? That's the 87 reunion.
Yep. Look at Mike Gentry's banjo.
Yeah.
It's got a rainbow pattern. It's probably just the way the light was hitting the mother of pearl, huh?
I was just looking at how small it is in the center.
But yeah, who's that behind him in the white hat? Who is? I can't really
Peter
see.
Babcock.
That's Peter Babcock.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Speaking
I
of
was during
Peter,
Gentry's Disney clean cut days.
Yep.
Yeah.
speaking of Peter, I did see that Pete Vianides posted something on Facebook. So he's out there and kicking.
Yeah. I see some every day or so. He posts a few things.
He used to conduct tours through the wine country.
Oh, Peter was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the other day, I saw something from him a couple of days ago.
Well, here's a little picture. It's not anything to do with them, but I saw, and I gotta find it now. Hold on. Let's see. Boom. Had it a second ago. Here it is. This picture was from the old Your Father's Mustache in New Orleans, but shot by a guy named Barry Kaiser. And it's his birthday today.
Yeah, Barry's birthday today.
Yeah.
Roger and Edwin.
Yeah. And that was Roger with Edwin Krebs.
Krebs, yeah.
And last time I saw Edwin, he was a really nice guy. He and his sister inherited a lot of money. And the last I heard or saw from him, they bought a boat and they were going to sail around the world.
Oh,
And I think that Roger knows more of the story, but I
Sure
don't
he
think
would,
they got
yeah.
too far.
But Edwin's deceased, isn't he? I think he's passed.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he's deceased now, but I remember that was the last when he
Yeah.
left the mustache. He and his sister had bought a boat and they were going to sail around the world.
Yeah, Roger probably, if he shows up, he probably know the details of what actually
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. But
Yeah.
Edwin shot, not Edwin, Barry Kaiser shot these pictures. He shot it on printed them on Codolith paper, and they all looked like everything was shot back in the 1800s. It was really cool.
Yeah, there's several of them.
Yeah.
There's another one with me and Ed and Kent and Tom and Mad Dog in it.
Yeah, yeah.
One of those kind of.
With
one of
me,
those kind
you,
of
and
pictures.
Tom, and
Yeah,
and
you,
Mad
yeah,
Dog,
you.
and
Yeah.
Dave. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Here.
I was noticing on Edwin's hair there. I think Bill, I think you and Edwin went to the same stylist back then.
Yeah, which basically means I didn't get it cut for 4 years after I quit high school. I went to one of these high schools where if your hair touched your eyebrows or your ears, they would send you home. And so
Brother Martin?
I did not get my hair cut for the first 4 years after I left high school. So screw them. It's kind of like, you weren't a Christian or something. I said, well, Jesus, have you seen pictures of Jesus? It's like,
Why do you try putting it in a ponytail and see what they would say?
no, you couldn't. No, if you touched your eyebrows or your ears, they would send you home from school.
Yeah.
I never had that trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
There's
Yeah.
Bill, Ed, and David.
There's all of us at the door.
Who'd say,
Yeah.
Mike?
With the mysterious woman.
Hello, Barry.
Yeah, she's pretty. I don't know who she is though.
Customer, I guess, but she is pretty.
Yeah,
Because that's why we're all smiling.
that's right.
Yeah, you can't see Billy's hands, so he's happy.
Can't see yours either, Tom. I don't know
Yeah.
what's
Well, I got the biggest smile, so
going on. Yeah.
I think the suspenders work pretty well, as compared to the vests.
Yeah, they did.
yeah. Well, and the vests were getting kind of gamey. I mean, we weren't supposed to
Yeah.
take them home and wash them ourselves, and I don't know who was supposed to wash them, but a lot of times you come in there, you try to get there early to get a vest that didn't stink too bad.
I thought we had them washed periodically, but not often enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes Ludi would make a bed out of them,
Yeah. Oh, Rudy.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Mike and his other brother, Mike.
Mike and his
Those
other
other
brother.
Mike.
Oh, the
How's
mics.
everybody doing?
You
Hey,
got,
Mike.
got a pair of mics.
Paramount,
Yep.
There, Mike.
brothers from different mothers.
Twin brothers from different mothers.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what's your brother-in-law's name that I'm supposed to look up?
Okay.
Bill
Bill-
Clark.
Bill Clark. Okay.
And I think you have some pictures of him from the Cape.
From the Cape. Okay. And the one picture that you saw, what was it, like band members or?
Yeah, it was like a set on stage. Bill would have been on the right-hand side of the picture, holding the tuba or playing the tuba.
Okay.
I got one to pull up while you're looking for it. This looks like an old New York picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Never did.
That's not Tim Shea, is it? Looks like an old Tim Shea.
No. I don't think,
Harry Black, isn't it, by Joe Terra?
Joe Terra and then Bob Adams, I guess.
Oh, is that Bob
Bob
Adams? Yeah, I guess you're
No.
right. Kinda
That's
looked
not Bob
Harry Black.
Adams.
No,
It's not Harry.
The guy in the middle.
yeah, guy in the middle. Who's that? Chris?
I'm having my name problem. He came here to Pittsburgh, played with him many times here.
What's his name?
Um, can't pull it up.
Tomorrow morning, about 3:30 in the morning.
I know. You're right, Mike.
Bingo, yeah. But is that a walrus y'all had above the bandstand there? I don't know if I noticed that before.
yeah,
Yep.
what is it?
It looks like yeah.
Who's the other musicians? Anybody know the rest of the musicians?
No,
The tuba player looks for all the world like Red Balaban a little bit, but
And the banjo player to our right, next to the trombone player. I mean, I never saw him before.
oh yeah, he played. He was very active in the Long Island Banjo Club. But why can't I think of his name?
You think Ira will know these guys when he shows up, or Roger maybe?
Roger, right. Who's on the trombone?
Anyway,
Looks too clean cut.
yeah. I didn't have any other information with this picture. I just was looking for old ones that I had in my archives that I don't think we had looked at lately. So, yeah, all righty. It's a puzzlement. I'll keep it handy in case Ira or Roger show up.
Yeah. See if
Okay.
they know.
Did you have any luck finding one, Tom?
No, I'm looking. There's a lot of pictures here.
That's okay, just as a wild guess, over a period of how many years? 10 years? Let's see, 62 to 75, 13 years. How many musicians total?
Oh,
Man, 1,000?
912.
912. That's it. You get it right on the head, man.
I think I think this must have been when the New Orleans Club first opened. They actually had the people's names listed, so that helps me. I don't know if y'all can read it if it's big enough for y'all, but they say left
Yeah.
to right is Neil Undersayer, Ronnie Bill, Jack Stillwell, and then Jay Brackett and J.R. Smith.
Yeah, I always heard that Ronnie Bill came and opened the New Orleans club.
Yeah, it looks like a little bill, like a little one of those advertising bills when the club might have first started open on New Orleans. Yeah.
Who's on the washboard all the way to the right?
Okay, they say the washboard player is Jack Stillwell. And then they say standing left to right, Jay Brackett, trombone, and J.R. Smith, tuba. Of course, he has a floor bass there.
yeah.
So I have it full screen where I am. I don't know if it shows up very big over there or not. Yeah.
No. That is Jake Brackett. I know that.
Yep.
Didn't recognize Neil without a mustache.
Well, the prices were different there. The mustaches and the garters were 50 cents. I think we only charged a quarter for them while I was there, and that was in the 70s.
Well, this was earlier than that. Look how young Ronnie Bill is.
Yeah.
And Neil. And you're sitting down. So that would have been sitting down would have ended in 68 or 69, didn't it?
69, 70.
70?
See, it was just between 69 and 70.
Yeah.
After they went and did that Jackie Gleason thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah. And like I
little-
said, I had heard that Ronnie Bill opened up the New Orleans club.
mhm. The caption at the top, I'll just read it to you. It might not be too big out there. It says, "Music furnished by the Mustache Stompers, a novelty band from your father's mustache, located at 426 Bourbon Street." And then it says Joel Schiavone, a banjo player himself, absent from the picture, and owner of the nationally famous beer and banjo clubs, has other location in New York, Boston, Cape Cod, and St. Louis.
St. Louis, huh?
Oh, I made it a little bit bigger. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Funny looking tuba.
Yeah,
It is. It's I don't know where you blow on it. Okay. All right. Jim's down there somewhere. I see a fuzzy thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hello,
Jim, you're
Jim.
kind of fuzzy.
Why in the world is that happening?
Oh, there you
Smoke.
are.
there he
Canadian
is.
smoke.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah,
Hey,
You got one of
Bill,
those.
Bill, show that picture again, because I know Kim will know his name.
Okay.
Probably. Oh, who knows?
Let me find it.
I'm having a total,
Brain fart.
blind.
Can y'all see
Yep.
that?
That's
Little
it.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong thing. Sorry.
I got nothing.
I have to load it in again. Just a second.
I bet Jim will know all of them except one. Anybody you wanna wager anything?
Let me find it again.
$10.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. You always got to do more than one step to get these pictures in there for some reason.
Okay.
You're
All
on,
right.
Jim.
That's, oh, my Lord. Well, it's Joe, of course. Is that Bob Adams, I think? Yeah. With a fake mustache and a hat on?
No.
Is that
No.
a fake mustache? It looks real to me.
Well, it looks real enough to be fake.
I thought that was Bob Adams myself.
That's Red Balaban on tuba.
All right, there we go.
A young Red Balaban. My goodness. That's a while ago. Alan Doxey on the
Alan, Jesus. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Kim, I
one
couldn't
more.
remember Alan's name. Can you believe this?
Yeah, I can believe it.
All right, how about the trombone player, Jim?
He's familiar, but I can't remember his name.
All except one, just like I said.
Yeah, you win.
Actually, I thought you'd know them all.
Oh, I can't believe that's Red. My God.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Wow. Jeez.
So what year would that been, Jim?
Oh, gracious.
Well, they're standing up for one thing. That tells you.
Yeah. Late 60s, I would think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Red left there with me in late 69, the end of 69. And he started a band, a great band. And we worked out in Jersey, had a Saturday night gig, lasted about 6 years. It's great.
Okay, the banjo player next to Tara. Is that a tenor banjo or plectrum? Can anybody
As a
tell?
Tenor.
Tenor, that might be Bob Adams.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I've seen other pictures of him looking similar to that.
Yeah, it looks like the letters on top of the banjo might be Vega, V-E-G-A.
Yeah.
Could be, huh?
Well,
Yep.
he played a B&D, number 2.
Yeah, later on, but he was playing the Gibson when I worked with him.
Okay.
Bet you guys remember that. My gosh.
It's a banjo player thing.
Hey, you know, let me tell you, there's something that struck me with it when the picture that you attached to the email notification, it had Neil Undersayer and Bob Adams in it. They were the banjo players in that picture, and I would bet you a good cup of coffee that there would be no other picture of the banjo band featuring 2 tenor banjos.
Good turn.
That I don't know any. There was only 2 or 3 other guys that played the tenor.
Okay.
Jeffrey
That's
being
good.
one.
Jeffrey played a tenor, yeah.
Tim Shea
There's
played
Bill
tenor.
Clark. There's Bill Clark.
So is that the one you were looking for, Mike?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll send.
Might have been.
All right.
Might have
Good
been.
job.
That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, Tim Shea played tenor, Bruce O'Neill played tenor. Down here in New Orleans, they had a few tenor players.
Yeah, Neil played tenor.
yeah, for sure.
Neil was there.
A lot of the guys you just named, I didn't know. But as I say, as a publicity picture, I would say this is probably the only one I've ever seen where the band is composed of only two banjos, and they're both tenors.
But they had one when the Mustache first opened in New Orleans, in a news article.
We looked at that one a little while ago,
Yeah,
Roger.
I just posted that a little
Yeah.
bit ago.
Yeah.
I could put it back up. Maybe you could tell them who everybody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably sent it in.
Here, I'll take this one down.
Hang on,
Probably did.
let me find it again.
Billy,
Okay.
what was the number on that picture from Cape Cod? You remember?
The
No,
number.
I'm sorry. You're busy.
It happens,
this
the
the-
names of the
Roger?
people at the top. That's Neil Undersair, Ronnie Bill, Jay Bracken.
Yep. JR.
JR, and that's, what's his name?
Jack
He was
Stewart.
actually a manager,
Jay Brackett, Jack Stillwell.
Jack Stillwell, yeah.
No, didn't know him.
He came out of, I think the Boston, New York area. He came down to help open up the club. And that was the opening band. And that picture up behind is a picture of the people who worked at the Mustache. Duggart is in the middle.
The Tugger is in the middle. Oh my lord!
And it's Duggart got around. He never came down to work there, but that I knew of. But
I remember Tugger very well.
Roger, how long were you and Fred around before it opened in New Orleans?
say that again now. How long Fred and I were?
Yeah. How long were you and Fred around New Orleans before the club opened?
Well, actually, the club had. I was down there before the club opened when it was a dream room. I went down with a few other people from the same high school Fred and I went to. But then Fred went down there after his parents passed away to stay with his brother, who was a Baptist seminary. And then that spring of '65, Fred said, "Come on down, we're gonna have a good time." So I was going to school in Cape Girardeau. So I drove down there. And we'd walking down the street, we heard this banjo band playing. Fred said, "This is it. Everybody likes to sing in here." I said, "Great." Well, Fred and I were in choir together in high school. So we knew a lot of the songs and everything. So we just walked in there and sat down at the front table, got blasted with singing, having a great time. Just didn't know what the hell we were doing. And the next night, Fred said, "Let's go back." I said, I want to go back too. So we were walking down the street, and out front, this guy came up to us. "Oh, our two best customers are back again." And the guy that said that was Joel. We didn't
Oh,
know,
really?
we didn't know who Joel was, so he said, "Come on in." So we came in and got drunk again and sang a bunch of songs. On the way out, Joel said, "Listen, we're looking for some waiters. You guys want a job?" And Fred was living. I said, "Yeah, I do, but Roger's in here now. He has to go back to Missouri." So I went back to Missouri. Fred took the job. That summer, Fred came back to Missouri and said, "I'm going to Cape Cod to work with your father's mustache. You want to come along?" I said, "I don't have any money." Next day, come along. Said Fred was all upset. So what's wrong? I said, "My car broke down. I don't know how to get it fixed." I thought, well, shit, I got a '56 Chevrolet here. I'll sell you my car. So I sold Fred my car. And so I had some money to go to Cape Cod, and Fred had a car to drive us there.
Great. That is great.
And off we went. And the rest is history. I started off as a parking lot.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 12 tonight. Good.
Roger, that'd be the good opening chapter of a book.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I have a journal of when I first went there with three other guys. I don't know, we just got a crazy feeling. We graduated from high school for about a year. We all wanted to go somewhere. We said, "Well, we're going to go to New York." I don't know. Want to go to Hollywood? No, maybe. And I said, no, I want to go to New Orleans because my sixth grade teacher read all Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn stories to us, but she didn't leave a word out of the dialect or anything. It just fascinated me. So the four of us took off to New Orleans, and on the way down there, I told this one story. I think we stopped in Amino, Arkansas, and we needed a place to sleep. So I said, God, we can't find a hotel. So I went over. I said, the sheriff's office over here. I'm going to go ask the sheriff. So I asked the sheriff, hey. He said, well, how you doing, Sonny? How can I help you? I said, well, we're looking for a place to sleep, a hotel. He said, there ain't no hotels around here. I said, God, what are we going to do? He said, well, let me look around. He's looked around. He said, you know what? I got 3 or 4 empty cells here. You guys are more than welcome to come in and lay down and take a nap and sleep. So we went in there, and he said, now that guy over there in that other cell, don't you worry about him. He's harmless. He's just a town drunk. And he comes over and puts himself in jail, and he gets out in the daytime. So,
His name
Was
was
his name
Otis, by the way,
Otis?
was it?
Was that
Sounds like
Otis?
Barney
That's what I'm saying. His
Fife
name
lives
was
in there.
Otis.
and so we went on down to New Orleans, and my one guy, Al George is his name. He's really a good pool hustler. So he wanted to go up to New York and play with another guy. And a friend of my other guy, Ron Baxter, he and I stayed in New Orleans and for a while till we actually were down there when Kennedy got shot. So it was quite a turmoil. And then later on, Fred and I went back down to New Orleans together. Job at the Mustache.
Mhm.
Yeah, the first time I was down there was interesting. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
I had a '49 Plymouth. We drove down there.
I had put up a picture earlier, Roger, I had put up a picture earlier of you and Edwin, but it was, mostly I did it because it was Barry Kaiser's birthday, and I was telling how Barry shot all those nice pictures of us. But I started trying to tell about his story about Edwin and how he and his sister bought a boat to sail around the world.
Yeah, well, that we had a boat. He and his sister and brother-in-law got this boat, and they called it the Zephyr. They cut up moored out at Lake Pontchartrain, and that was his dream to sail around the world. But he didn't quite make it that far. But this picture here is what I call our pre-Columbia picture. We were on our way to. I think we're headed down toward Costa Rica after this picture. In Mexico somewhere. But anyway, yeah, Barry took these. He took a lot of great pictures of people, and he took a picture of a Kurt Cason and the Wheeler sisters who played in the Clarity a lot. But yeah, I keep in touch with Barry. I go down visiting. Barry he and Will Soto moved up to Carbondale. That's where they graduated from college. In this little town, you can buy a house up there for under $100,000.
Still, right now?
Yeah, right now. They're out by lakes and everything. They send me
I
pictures.
guess they spend about half the year up there or something. He and Mary.
Yeah, no,
I think-
they do a lot of kayaking.
Yeah.
And anyway, Will moved up there from Key West. He got hurt in a bad car accident, and he said there's no more showing on the Key West. And he said it's like a lot of places that when he first went there, it was a carefree community. A lot of hippies, I guess, and just a fun time. But then over the years, Joe Tara's brother had the bar down there, Captain Tony's. So Bill said it just came too commercial for him. Just a lot of hotels going up, taking away the intimacy of the way the Key West was. Just like a lot of places, even New Orleans, a lot of intimacy is gone from it over the years. Yeah, I keep in touch with both those guys. They want me to come and buy a house and live by them.
This was somebody just from the 50th reunion was holding an old flyer from the Mustache with one of the beer chugging contests.
Yeah, so the Mustache knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I recognize a lot of the guys. Well, Bob and you and Kent and Jim Stanzak way in the back, but I don't remember some of the other folks.
I don't know who the girls were. They were having a good time.
Those two girls went to the reunion in Carnegie. They did. They were talking to me. That's why Kent McBride was holding this picture because it had those two girls that were there in that picture were at the Mustache reunion. So
The one over Kent's left shoulder, could that be Susan McCollum?
No, I don't think. But those two girls used to hang around with Big Bill all the time.
Oh, okay.
And they worked at the club every once in a while. And the girl in the center, when after the mustache burned down and the mustache band went to Hula Hands, she followed us and became a manager of Hula Hands.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Tulans.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
That's a
place.
great place to go.
Kent worked at Houlihan's too, huh?
Yeah, Kent was an assistant manager there. He's the
Yeah.
one that got us the job there. We went in there, me, Maynard, Neil, and Banu, and we were there for 4 years.
Yeah, Kent was brought up to Denver to open the first two lands here. It's stayed here ever since.
Yeah, well, the big tall guy in the middle, Jim Stanzak, I remember he was 6'7". He
Wow.
played basketball for Tulane at the time.
Ah,
I remember him.
what a crew. What a crew.
David, you were
Years ago.
close with him, weren't you? Jim Stan.
Jim, yeah, he was a great guy.
Well, here's what Roger was talking about, the dream room before the mustache.
Yeah, I walked by that before the mustache was there. I didn't know anything about Bourbon Street. Really. I was just walking down the street. I actually have a picture of the original Papa Joe's. I believe it was across the street at one time.
Well, right across the street after when I was working there was the Silver Frolics.
So Frolics,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, Silver Frolics, yeah.
Tinkerbell.
Female impersonator joint, and I remember when they would come over on ladies' night, we'd give them, we'd split the difference between regular price and ladies' night.
I remember one night it wasn't too busy and Tinkerbell was at the door with Roger. And I come walking up and Roger said, Tinker, this is Tom. Tom's from Missouri. You know what they call Missouri? What, Roger? The show me state.
Who said that?
I remember
must-
Silver Frolics was a male impersonator place, and the Bark would stand out there and shout, "They all got a pecker."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like James McGivern. Yeah.
All right. I like this picture of
That's a great picture, Joel.
That is a good picture.
I wish I would have had that one when I made the montage. That would have been a good one for Joel.
Yeah.
Someone ought to send that to him. Can you do that?
do what?
Can you
Yeah.
email him that picture?
Yeah, I have that picture. I can email it to him.
Yeah, I can email
People
it
get a kick
to
out of it.
Joel.
I've
Yeah, or
sent-
Tom can email it to him. Yeah.
I've sent
Tom-
links to
Tom,
Miss
did you
Emily
get
and
any
to Joel. I don't know. I never hear back from them though. So I don't know.
Yeah. Tom, did you get any pictures I sent today?
Let me see. Let me go look. Did you send them during this thing?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I see pictures in advance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, here they are. I got them.
Jesus.
Many moons ago.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Jesus.
Wow.
How time do fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been,
Ratio, pair of iris.
was that the New Haven, 28th
Yeah.
Union?
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
great.
1987.
Wow. Yeah, I try to get little Ira to get on the Zoom call, so it's not his thing.
Well, I enjoyed meeting Ira at the little Ira at the New Haven, and we talked quite a bit. You know,
Yeah.
he and his wife were there, and they were very pleasant to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
We never have a lot of people on the Zoom, but I looked today on YouTube. There were 49 people that watched last week's
Really?
Zoom on YouTube.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah, probably the guys from America's Most Wanted check in every once in a while.
Now you tell me, Jesus.
All right, here's one of Roger's pictures.
I wanted to put this
Neil
up
Undershire. I've heard of him.
because they had his picture in the banjo. Neil is the most talented person that I know. You can read that. He's an all-star athlete.
Yeah.
He was put in the Hall of Fame up in Nebraska.
Is he
don't know.
still around?
3-year letterman. Tennis tournament.
Yeah, Neil's still with us, Ira.
He's
Yeah,
still
oh, yeah.
here?
His wife Jean just posted this recently.
Is this a recent picture, right? Recent
Yeah.
article? Yeah.
He's a
Wow.
great artist also. He has a whole art studio set up at his house over in Mississippi.
It's unfortunate that when he left the mustache, he had some type of resentment against us and never participated in anything with the mustache after he left.
No, I
What
don't-
happened? What happened, Barry? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I know I tried to get him to come to some of the get-togethers and all, and he declined.
I think I know what happened. But I'm not for sure. I was living in New York at the time, and Fred was running the club there. And Joel somehow didn't, but he thought Neil should be more enthusiastic and sing. Neil was actually a great singer, but be more outgoing with the crowd and try to get him to sing along and all that stuff. So I know Joel wasn't happy with that, so I don't know that something came of that. And but the thing behind all that, at the same time that was happening, I found out this years later. I didn't know. Neil and Jean were in the process of adopting their daughter. So
He
Neil
got
was,
laid off at the same time. That makes sense.
yeah, so Neil was extremely upset. I mean, I didn't even know about this for years later, that he was even adopting a daughter. Then I found out he adopted her. Then I sort of tried to trace the time period back, and it's that same time period. So obviously Neil and Jean were extremely upset because they were very loyal to the mustache all the time I was there. They went on all the picnics with us and went on the fire truck. Neil painted the sign on the side of the fire truck. So he was started it was opening night at the mustache there. So he was and he went over to his house, and he has this huge stained glass, God, must be 6 feet long or longer, of your father's mustache and hanging up on the wall, stained glass.
Oh,
It's
wow.
absolutely beautiful.
Really?
So,
Did he make it or?
but, and he was playing on Sundays up where Werlines used to be. There's a restaurant there. I don't know the name of it, but he was playing the Sunday brunch up there for a while.
Palace Cafe, I think.
That's it. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was playing up there for a while. I keep in touch with him. And
That's a
and
good
Gene.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
That was from the 50th there. I mean, from the New Haven.
That's from New Haven, right?
that was in New Haven, yeah.
It was New Haven about a year ago now, huh?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think
This time
August
last
will be
year
a
we were-
year.
It was, last
time-
October, wasn't it? November?
Yeah, a year ago, October.
October?
Yeah, because all the leaves were
Time
changing
last year
color.
we were, I think still deciding on the date by then, huh? we kept moving around.
So that makes it a year and a half ago.
Yeah. No, it was last year
Last year, what did you
in October.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was last
Last year.
October.
October,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just this past October, is that when that was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
last October.
All
It's
the
only
leaves
been,
were starting to change colors and it's beautiful.
Yeah. This is a short little musical clip from the 50th reunion. Yes, if I can get it up here. Open.
Step, watch your step. Hail, hail, the gang's all here for the Alabama Jubilee. Oh yeah. Woo! Dueling banjo. step, watch your step.
Applause, applause. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was in fact, I enjoyed the upstairs concert, I think, more than the Carnegie. Because we were able to sit there and drink and have a good time and kind of wander around. Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other Roger, one of
Here's-
Roger.
I wanted to show you that picture, and you just saw the picture of Joel and I recently.
It's a good picture too.
Yeah.
This was the opening of Chicago,
Oh,
which had to be in the late '60s sometime.
This looks like a priest with an altar boy.
Whoa.
This was in front of their club there. That was a,
You look at all the Chicago brick.
yeah.
hey, I didn't last too long in Chicago. I told Joel, I said, I can't stay here. It was in the fall, late fall. God, I remember I went down to the lakefront. I about froze to death. I said, Joel, I got to go back to New Orleans.
Hey, Roger, that was July, right?
What, this picture here?
No,
No, when you
down-
froze to
down
death.
down on the lakefront. It was July, it was so cold.
Yeah, right. Probably so. I just, I mean, it was biting cold. The wind was coming off the lake. Jesus.
Like Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I wasn't familiar with the wind coming off the lake like that. It's just the hurricanes coming by.
I don't call it the Windy City for nothing, huh?
Oh, man, I tell you, it was biting. And,
Windy
a lot of
City.
heavy people up there involved in the sort of, I guess, the Chicago Mafia or whatever. It's interesting. When we opened it up, there's another picture of that, but I don't have it. Yeah, there's a how time changes this.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
But we're out front, and there was Joel and I and Bob McKenzie, John Fairfield, the guy from Slids, and our attorney. And the next thing you know, this other guy comes by and says, I need to talk to you, guy. Who's going to be running here? And I said, I am, and our attorney. We took a walk around the corner. I said, I just want to let you guys know something.
Yeah.
This is a new regime here now. We do things just a little bit different.
Mm.
Jesus, okay. I was real young. I didn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, well, I think it helped to have a name like Joel Schiavone. Everybody thought you were connected, huh?
Oh, absolutely. The people in New
Yeah.
Orleans, I'd always get people come over and ask us about, you ready to sell yet? No, you talk to this guy here, Ron Sater. He's in charge.
Family.
That was funny.
Yeah, that would have been great if Joe could have held on to that property, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, that was one of the most devastating things I had happen to me at that point in my life. I'd worked for 10 years. And it's funny, Edwin and I were in Mexico, and I said, Edwin, I'd like to own a club in New Orleans now. I didn't know how that's going to happen, but to put out positive affirmations, sometimes they happen. Anyway, after it burnt down, Fred and I worked with Joe constantly trying to find another location, you know, on Bourbon Street, obviously. There just wasn't a lot popping up. But he said, well, I can wait. I said, I can get another job. We'll get another club going.
Mm-hmm.
He just said, no, he's going to cash in, because when we had a long-term lease, I think a 99-year lease or something, and the lease was worked from the people that lived in France. It was the deep roots of the family, and the elderly woman lived in the United States. She lived in New Orleans. And I went to go over and visit her and talk to her about, but the lease ended when the fire happened. So when that happened, we were bidding against other people probably about who wanted to get that piece of property. But yeah, that was a devastating thing to me.
Roger, remember in the, I guess, early 80s, we opened up down the street. You remember that?
Yeah, we opened that stuff. That was a disaster too.
It was a disaster.
Yeah,
Disaster.
We were so desperate to try to open the Mustache. I asked Joe, he said, go ahead and use the name. Do what you need to do. I said, okay. He didn't have money involved or anything. But yeah, and I got a crew together to build it up and put pictures up. But the guy who ran it was Rick. He was a gangster.
Well, he didn't understand our concept. He wanted to sell pictures for $12 a picture. Remember that?
Oh yeah, he was crazy, and he run the strip club right next to it.
Yeah, remember that?
Big
yeah,
Daddy.
he had some sort of wild animal upstairs. What the hell it was?
Big Daddies, and we shared a bathroom with the strippers.
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
And all of a sudden, we just got out of there.
It actually was a tent, so it would get real cold back there.
Yeah, we're between two buildings with a canopy over it, I believe.
Right.
An alleyway between two buildings, right?
Yeah.
That was.
It's still there.
Yeah, I remember even before y'all did that, y'all tried the show bar's old space.
I did that too. Yeah.
That was down maybe the second 200 or 300.
Oh yeah,
block of Urban, and it was a short while. But I had just left the Mustache, and I was working in Opelousas, and I came in a couple times and on a Saturday and helped work over there. It just didn't click for some reason. Mustache band there and everything.
Well, the whole concept has to be everything from the red walls to the wood floors to the old time bar to the band, waiters. It had to be a concept. They put together. You just couldn't have a banjo band playing.
That's right. That's
one night I came. Barry, you probably remember this too. One night I came to work and y'all had let a theater club, a theater troupe in there to do a play. Let My People Come.
I remember that.
Before the band came on. It was like all nude.
Before the band came on, there's nudity on the stage. Full nudity.
The drunkards used to play, I think, a couple times.
Yeah, at 426, yeah.
Before the band came on.
Yeah.
Let people come.
But we were all wearing clothes.
David
Yeah,
kept
remember
on the wall.
See y'all next week. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Yeah.
Rick.
All right,
Take
Rick.
care, Rick.
Take care, Rick.
Rick, hey, Rick, is it hot down there? He's gone.
It's hot down in New Orleans. It cooled off a little bit today, but it feels like temperature was like close to 120 a couple of days last week.
Because of the high humidity.
Yeah.
Jesus. The world's
right now it's 92 in Metairie.
Yeah, they said it's the hottest the earth has been in ever.
Ever. Yeah. It's 90 degrees here, and the humidity is to match. So it's just really miserable.
What the hell's going on? Are we going to get burned up?
Yeah.
Are we all going to hell?
Chris, you'd be interested in this. I saw a recipe circulating for mailbox lasagna.
I like that. We'll do a show on mailbox cooking. Yeah.
Come on, get your fresh bread.
Yeah.
Forget about your fryers, your air fryers. Just use the mailbox.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Let the sun cook it.
Hubcap on a hot sidewalk.
You need to patent that, man.
I had a guy sent me a cookbook one time, and it was how to cook on your car engine while you were driving from one place to the other.
While you were driving.
Yep.
Manifold cooking.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Manifold cooking.
On the old cars, you could do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Came right with the instruction list when you got the car back in the 20s and 30s. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
See y'all
Take
later.
care, Mike.
See you next
Bye,
week.
Mike.
All right, Mike.
See y'all you guys next week. Take
Yeah, I'll
care.
see you guys.
Okay,
Mike,
Okay,
carry your
guys.
chicken.
thank you, Tom. Thank you,
No
Bill.
problem. See you
Next
guys
Thursday,
next
we'll
week.
plan, we'll plan the next
See you next
reunion.
week.
See
Okay.
y'all next week.
It was a nice
Yeah.
turnout. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
More stories.
Bye, Billy.